What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Blab. I appreciate you stopping by, and without further ado, let's blab. So Blab has been away for the better part of 2 weeks, dealing with some hyper emotional goofies and things of that nature. That is not the crux of this video. We are going to go over the last couple of things, the major events that have happened in the last couple of weeks. No, I'm not breaking any new news. I just want to blab about these products because generally I make videos to timestamp my time in the hobby as opposed to really anything else. So I'll go over each thing pretty quickly because this is nothing new. I just want to blab about these things and then, continue to make videos in the future about upcoming stuff. So here we have and shout out to Pokey Beach. There'll be a couple of other sources we use for this content. We'll try to shout them out as well. At first I saw these and I thought they were just absolutely terrible. And that is because I believed at first glance, like the first second I saw these, I was like, oh no, these are going to be like the chase card, SIR, alt-art sort of thing, and that's just not great. The reason I thought that is because of cards like this, right? Like this is the chase card, everybody loves this card, this is the best card of all time. I've never really liked this card. This looks like a glorified half art. Sorry, it's a hard to read card, whatever. We got, the Blue Eyes White Dragon there in the back, whatever. But no, these are going to be the new secret rare sort of type. They're going to be calling them the Mega Attack rarity. It is interesting to see that it's almost like already you can see the quality of the Japanese version is better already in the picture. Obviously, the Japanese version is going to have the English text, and the English version is going to have the Japanese text. For the fact that these are like secret rares, I think they're very good actually. I think that not being the chase card, these are done pretty well. I don't love the Lucario one. I do think that the Charizard one looks very good. In terms of Gardevoir, also not as good as the Charizard, but I don't think these are too bad. Again, a card like this was the super duper mega chase card. And, that's why I thought, within the first couple of seconds of seeing these, I was like, we are not doing well here. However, this came out, and I have a couple other pictures. I think this one's kind of better, even though it's kind of like grayed out a little bit. You can see a little bit more what's going on. This one is a little bit more saturated. It's funny to see different people posting them and like what they, how they posted, how they saturated, whatever. This card looks unbelievable. We have Charizard down here with the whole evolution line from Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard, and then we have the Mega Charizard up top. I think that the contrast from the blues to the reds and oranges is amazing. I am a sucker for cards with lightning in the background. I don't necessarily see like lightning back here, but it kind of still gives me that vibe. The lightning is, when it's done well in a card, it does create that contrast that I'm looking for in cards that just appeal to me. So this card is absolutely unbelievable. If you've watched Blab for a while, Charizard is one of my favorite Pokemon. I know that every other year people love Charizard, they hate Charizard, they're this, they're that. If the card's worth money, they like it. If it's not worth money, they don't like it. Okay, great, whatever. This card is unbelievable. I hope they print whatever set this comes out in, probably Phantasmal Flames, into the ground. I want copies of this card. I want graded copies of these cards. I want a page filled up in a binder of this card. It's just absolutely unbelievable. Shout out to Blue Eyes White Dragon in Yu-Gi-Oh! That is the constant comp for Mega Charizard X, at least in my opinion. Maybe there is a little lightning back there. I don't know. But that's not a problem to me. I mean, you take an iconic Pokemon and Charizard and you make it a completely contrasting color scheme with the dark blues and black. I think it's an unbelievable mega variation. I know a lot of megas have come out and they look totally goofy. Shout out the Dragonite. There was one other one that came out recently. It's eluding my mind right now. That just looked terrible. But Mega Charizard X has always been a classic. That is enough for the mega stuff. Yes, we have to quickly talk about the McDonald's stuff. If you are trying to acquire this card, that's fine. You just are feeding into the hype a little bit. This is a half art card that nobody would care about if it didn't have a McDonald's stamp. Nobody really cares about Pikachu. I do always say, buy products that have Charizard on the box. I specifically don't say buy things that have Pikachu on the box, and we will get to that here shortly. But my biggest problem with this card and McDonald's, in a sense, is that if you were looking to acquire this card from McDonald's, obviously it's Japanese exclusive, but there was just all these pictures coming out of all of this wasted food, right? And I put that on not only the individuals that were doing that, but also Pokemon and McDonald's, right? If they didn't know that this was going to happen, I don't know what to say. They knew that this would happen. They knew that this hype cycle that we were in, and I've said this in a couple of comment sections in other people's videos and have got a ton of thumbs up, and I think it's a great idea. If the plan was not to eat the food that you were getting while acquiring this card, there should have been some sort of either button in the app, button at the checkout kiosk, or some sort of way where you could just click, donate food. So you would be able to acquire the card, and also the food would be going to, somebody that actually needs it, right? I don't think that this would be a very hard thing to implement. I don't know why they didn't do it. I hope to see something like that in the future, where if there's some sort of, exclusive card revolving around some sort of food establishment, there'd be a way to donate the food other than, throw it out. Not only is it, extremely wasteful, but obviously that food could go to people in need. And I'm not even saying, there's not X amount of people in this neighborhood or this city or whatever. If you just click on the app, like donate food, it could be donated, across a different country, a different state, a different territory. Obviously, McDonald's is a globally recognized brand, as well as Pokemon, and it would not be hard for them to figure out some sort of way where there isn't just this immense amount of food being wasted. So that really turned me off, and so I will not be going after this card. Do I think that it's cute and funny? Sure. Do I like anything that revolved around the situation? I do not. And for me, when I'm acquiring singles, they're not like investment cards, right? In general, I see more cards as a hobby. Obviously, there's plays to be made there, but acquiring cards that you like or that I like is how I kind of do the singles market. If the cards blow up, sometimes they have to get moved. Obviously, I've said in the past I moved all of my singles months ago. I just think that the market has I don't want to say peaked, but right now or in the last 3 to 6 months has been the hottest market that Pokemon has ever seen. It will die down eventually. If that's in another 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 18 months, I don't know. But that's how I feel about this situation. Next, we had the release of, not the release, but the, the reveal, I guess you could say. Again, shout out to Poke Beach, that the Team Rocket's Moltres EX Ultra Premium Collection is coming out for $120, and it will include these 3 promo cards, which are all reprints, as well as, these ancillary, deck box and dice and whatever. The hilarious thing is you're getting 2 Destined Rivals packs, right? We can see Journey Together, Temporal Forces, we can see, Base Set, Paldea Evolved, Obsidian Flames. The fact that you're getting 2 Destined Rivals packs is totally ridiculous. 18 booster packs, you're getting 2 Destined Rivals packs. That's just goofy, right? Like, if you buy this as, a gift for someone and you have no idea what you're looking at in Pokemon, and it literally says Destined Rivals, Team Rocket, Moltres, box, you don't really know what you're looking for, right? And then you get this for somebody and there's 2 Destined Rivals packs in it. Come on. Also, if you needed any more proof that Pokemon does not care at all about investors, look no further than the Team Rocket's Moltres EX reprint. Now, granted, it is going to have this Destined Rivals stamp, and I think it looks good. That's fine. This was not a card that I was investing into or buying, but whether or not I bought this card for investment or because I like it or whatever, I'd be pretty upset that they're just doing a direct reprint. And I should kind of rephrase. Does Pokemon care about investors in the sense that keeping the Pokemon name in the zeitgeist and in culture is a good thing for them? Sure. Do they like that people are investing in their products and buying them and scalping them and reselling them and there's this whole secondary market? Yes, they do. But do they care more about that, or do they care about their bottom line? Clearly, Pokemon cares about themselves. They do not care about you. Um, and that leads us right into our next thing. Shout out to PokeNotify. I know that gets people all flustered, right? Like, I'm not, sponsored by PokeNotify. I don't use PokeNotify, but I do follow their Instagram page, and they do put out generally pretty good content, right? I've said in the past, they probably have like an 80 to 90% hit rate on the information that they put out. Do they put out this information to try to, acquire more customers? Sure. Is there a problem with that? Not necessarily, in my opinion. Everyone goes back to they said 151 Ultra Premium Collections or Super Print, whatever it is, was getting reprinted, and that was just a total lie so that they could get more people to join. It's like, is it possible that they also just got it wrong, right? Like, is it possible that it wasn't malicious and that, it was just kind of stupidity on their end? Everybody knows the quote I like, right? Don't treat something with malice that can be explained with stupidity. Right. I mean, I don't know, but they did put this out about a week ago, and what do we have in Costco but a Surging Sparks product that has the ETB and the bundle. They are also claiming that Twilight Masquerade is going to have this. I don't know if they will, but I mean, they were right about the Surging Sparks, and it's funny, a lot of these other channels are like, oh, well, they're going to reprint like hyper modern Surging Sparks and Journey Together, but they're not going to touch Obsidian Flames or Twilight Masquerade, and they're never going to put more booster boxes out of Paldea Evolved, and then it's like a month later there's like Paldea Evolved booster boxes in vending machines, right? Or there's Surging Sparks ETBs flooding the market from Costco, and I love how people say, oh, it's actually like the panic of investors, and that's why like the prices go down. It's like these people didn't take like a 5th grade economics class. Like, it is possible that the investors were trying to move off this product as more is coming to market, but literally mathematically, if more of this product comes to market, the supply increases, right? So if the demand stays the same, then the price is going to go down. It's really not rocket science. Obviously, in an investing market, there's a lot of factors that go into the price, not just the supply and the demand, but also, the hype of this or the speculation of that, right? That's why it's a speculative market. And sure, is there speculation that is fueling the dropping price of Surging Sparks? Yes. But if you actually think the idea of more products coming into the market doesn't affect the price, you're a moron. Like, I'm sorry, you are just a moron. It's supply demand, right? Like, we have the x-axis, the y-axis, the supply goes up, the demand goes down. It's like, these dudes really are just like, well, it's a super bull market, and the Surging Sparks boxes, it's just going to be like it's just going to be absorbed right into the market, and it's not going to have any effect, and in a week these are just going to come right back up to the whatever price, and it's like, okay, yeah, like, that's definitely possible. Like, investors could panic, the price could drop. As that panic starts to taper off, this could then go up, and then it could come back out again, or like the overall interest in Pokemon could go down. It's like people like put their speculation out and think that, first of all, anyone should care, right? Like, it's my whole perspective that, like, if you come to YouTube for actual Pokemon investing advice, you're kind of a moron, right? Like, people come to YouTube just like Fox News, CNN, MSNBC. They're literally coming just to look at something and watch someone that will reiterate the thoughts that the viewer already has, right? They will tell them what they want to hear. And that goes for the MSRP gang as well as the hyper everything's going to the moon investors. Both of them are as goofy as the next guy. I just like to put out what I think. And again, a lot of that is so that I can look back on it and see what I thought at the time. If Surging Sparks in 2 weeks goes right back to $100 a box, and then in a month it's $200 and $300 and $500, that's great. Then I'll be able to adjust and learn from what I said and whatever. But yeah, so for all the guys saying that, oh, they're only going to restock or reprint or re-release or however you want to put it. And I know everyone gets up in arms if you say reprint or restock. It's like, we all know what the hell we're talking about, right? More product coming to market. You don't know when they printed it. Nobody knows when they printed it. There could be a warehouse in Nowhereville, USA that has this product. They could be printing it right now. You don't know, and stop acting like you know. These dudes that have like any sort of supplier, any sort of distribution, they want to act like they know anything. They literally don't know anything. They're talking to one representative from one company, and until they actually get boxes in hand, they're clueless to what's going on. And some of them like to claim, oh, well, I have a supplier, my buddy has a supplier, my mom has a supplier, my uncle has a supplier. So I actually have 4 different representatives and 4 different perspectives. So like, okay, great. Like, that's fine. Take that with a grain of salt, right? That there's information out there that I don't know or that you don't know. But these dudes acting like they know everything and their word is the law and their word is it's stupid and it's goofy. And when Twilight Masquerade hits a Costco near you, and then Obsidian Flames hits a Sam's Club, it's gonna have a lot of people looking goofy. Do I know that that's gonna happen for a fact? No, but I mean, like, why did they have prismatic, ETB booster bundle products out before the Surging Sparks? It's almost like they're working backwards, right? And then maybe the Twilight one comes out. Could you imagine if they have Paldea Evolved product? Could they have Paldea and Fates product? Could more 151 come out? Could you imagine the minds that would melt if Pokemon just decided to put more 151 ETBs on the market, or put more Paldea and Fates ETBs on the market? Could you imagine the faces that would be melting? I mean, everyone acts like they know exactly what's going on, and at this point, I'm just blabbing, but that's the case. We're one take boys out here. Just wanted to go over everything that's happened in the last couple weeks because I have been away, and that is all. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Like, comment, and subscribe. This is the content I like making. We do not deal with the drama content, absolute goofies that couldn't find their way out of a box if they tried. Yeah, that's all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate y'all guys stopping by. I'll see you guys in the next video.